Hey guys, Chris T. Thomas's book Inheritors of the Earth takes us on a journey to alter perceptions about the natural world. Chapter 11, Noah's Earth, has some remarkably interesting concepts about the Australian pine tree. The main argument of his book is that nature will survive and adapt regardless of humans is still the main theme. He continues this by talking about the Goldilocks tree. Basically, every year they release pollen. This mostly lands onto bodies of water, it sinks to the bottom and creates layers in the sediment. Basically, this is how paleoecologists can observe climate conditions of the past by measuring the abundance of spores in each layer and comparing it to the others. He also shows evidence of the butterfly and its ability to spread throughout the globe because of human-influenced events. The most interesting part of this chapter is the concepts he gives to us in a quote: "Rare is becoming common and common is becoming rare." Then goes on to say that this is not a human-caused phenomenon. He suggests that evidence showing this has occurred over 2 million years of evolution. So my critique: there are indications that some species are thriving as a direct result of climate change. The El Niño Southern Oscillation, the ENSO, creates huge extremes in climate interannually and has direct effects on the surrounding terrestrial organisms. Pardykes et al. 2015. Over 23 years between 1988 and 2010, long-term butterfly monitoring data was compiled to explore an association with their abundance and variation of population sizes. Over 28 species were recorded and compared with the surface temperature of the sea and anomalies across 10 sites. These analyses conclude warmer and wetter weather events, increased butterfly observations, suggesting their ability to thrive in a climate change world will lead to hotter and wetter periods. So I wanted to look at other areas that can fluctuate drastically between hotter and wetter climates. I investigated Gilson and Elkberm 2020 and their research on the savannas. The vegetation in these zones are highly variable in response to several factors such as rainfall, herbivory, fire, soil, and land use. Their goal was to identify thresholds between what they determined to be stable states. These states could all have drastically different ecological properties and species thriving there over different time periods. Their paleoecological records from pollen samples showed the most resilient and resistant vegetation was water-scarce open grasslands. Interestingly, they discovered water scarcity overrides the other factors, causing change such as fire, nutrients, and herbivory. Their conclusion was the effects of global warming on rainfall patterns can be debated. However, there is no consensus that conditions in these savanna zones will become more unpredictable, meaning that the mechanism of rapid change through stable states will remain largely unchanged by climate change. This supports the author in showing that climate change and species change from common to rare to common is just a historically repeating pattern in Earth's history. Thank you.